We'll call to order this meeting of the Tennessee Local Development Authority on February 15, 2023. I'm David Lillard, State Treasurer, presiding comptroller. See, the secretary will note the roll of members that are present and the designees that are present for members. And the first item, actual action item, is the approval of minutes from the TLDA meeting of November 28, 2022. Any comments, questions, et cetera? Seeing none, we have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion and a second. We have a motion and a second to approve. We'll have to call the roll on that item, and secretary, call the roll.
Mayor Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson.
Aye.
Lillard,
Aye.
Ms. Thompson,
Aye.
Mr. Mustaine.
Okay, the motion passes. All right, next item would be item 3 on our agenda, consideration of approval of the following clean water loans. We'll recognize first Paula Mitchell, Deputy Director of Operations for the Division of Water Resources of TDEC. Smyrna. Learn this for Smyrna. So they can.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be with you today. First, I would like to present the Clean Water SRF Fund Balance Report. As of November 28th, the unobligated balance for the Clean Water SRF was $173,252,365. We received 2 increase requests, one from Humboldt Utilities and the town of Springfield, totaling $1,051,303, bringing the unobligated balance as of February 15th, 2023 to $174,303,668. The SRF program is recommending today to the board for approval of the town of Smyrna loan totaling $1,300,000. If approved, the remaining funds available for loan obligations as of February 15th would be $173,003,668.
Okay. Any questions concerning the loans? Smyrna? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the loan proposed by the staff to Smyrna? Motion, is there a second? Second. Any further comments from the staff?
Still has to present the loan. That was
Okay.
just the unobligated.
Sure, I'd be happy to present a little more detail about the the Town of Smyrna project.
All right.
They're requesting $1.3 million for a term or a $1.3 million loan for a term of 20 years. SRF is recommending an interest rate of 2.95%. This is a green project for I&I correction. The total project cost is $2,100,000 with an SRF loan principal of $1,300,000. They are also receiving $800,000 in other funds. This project ranked 39 out of 64 on the 2020 priority ranking list. The town of Smyrna hosted their public meeting on April 12th, 2022. Their operating revenues are $24,042,453, and their current user rate is $32.36 per 5,000 gallons per month. Smyrna serves 17,783 individuals or citizens. They reported their audit report timely, December 28th of 2022. The SRF program conducted the initial financial sufficiency review on October 26th of 22, and we conducted an updated financial sufficiency review January 9th of 2023. They are financially sufficient to repay the loan.
Okay. Any further comments or questions? Right. Previously made a motion and a second to approve the loan proposed to Smyrna. We'll call the roll on that motion.
Mayor Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Ms. Thompson,
Aye.
Mr. Mustank.
Aye. It's unanimous, the loan is adopted. Next item would be in regard to item number 4 on our agenda here, consideration of approval for the following drinking water loans. Recognize again Ms. Mitchell for the loan with respect to Kingsport.
Thank you. I'll share the unobligated fund balance for the drinking water SRF as of November 28th, 2022. The balance was $65,139,667. There were 2 increases during the period. Arthur Schwani and City of Lebanon, the 2 increases total $202,000. I'm sorry, $212,262, bringing the unobligated balance as of February 15th to $65,351,929. SRF is recommending a loan, a drinking water SRF loan to the city of Kingsport totaling $7 million. If approved, the new remaining funds available for loan obligations would be $58,351,929. This project is recommended for a 20-year term at an interest rate of 2.13%. It's for a water treatment plant improvement. The total project cost is $7 million with SRF loan principal in the amount of $7 million. This project ranked 47 out of 48 on the 2020 priority ranking list. Kingsport hosted their public meeting on July 7th of 2022. Their operating revenues total $14,551,652. Their current user rate is $20.63 per 5,000 gallons per month. They serve 23,470 residents, and they reported their audit report timely on December 31st, 2022. SRF conducted 2 financial sufficiency reviews. The first was May 31st of 22, and an updated financial sufficiency review was conducted January 23rd, 2022. They are found to be financially sufficient to repay the loan.
Okay. So that last update you mentioned, you said 2022, you mean 2023?
Yes, sir. That was a mistake.
All
That
right,
was
okay. Just wanna
January
make sure
1st,
it's
23
straight on
of
the record
23.
there. Okay. All right, any questions, Ms. Mitchell, or staff about the loan to City of Kingsport? None have motion for approval?
I'll move.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
A second. All right, seeing no further comments, would you call the roll on the motion to approve the loan to Kingsport?
Mayor Brown,
Aye.
Bryson,
Aye.
Treasurer Lillard,
Aye.
Ms. Thompson,
Aye.
Mr. Mustank.
Okay, motion is unanimous and it's passed. Next item is item 5, which is TDEC's presentation on asset management planning grants, and recognize Ms. Vina Jones, Manager of State Water Infrastructure Grants for TDEC.
Good day, everyone. I'll give you a little background. Asset management plans, of course, are a critical component of effectively managing our water infrastructures. And without proper AMP or asset management plans, utilities can struggle to maintain compliance with state and federal regulations, secure adequate funding for capital improvements, and address customer needs. A proper AMP strongly supports a utility's technical, managerial, and financial capacity. In 2012, EPA published a study that showed 44 of the 50 states across the nation had a well-established asset management plan program, and most included some level of funding assistance. Tennessee was not among those 44 states. In 2021, we launched a survey of all drinking water and wastewater systems across the state and found 76% of our systems did not have an adequate asset management plan per the EPA guidelines. Therefore, in 2022, we decided to we proposed to issue principal forgiveness loans for asset management planning. However, through conversations over the next 12 months of 2022, we engaged with the Comptroller's Office, attorneys, auditors, and others who believed it would be more reasonable to issue these as grants instead of loans. TDEC's authority to issue loans for AMP is clearly outlined in the EPA guidance and handbook. However, based on the Comptroller of Treasury staff feedback and others, we resolved to issue funding assistance through grants using state revolving fund dollars. We had 60 entities respond to our 2022 solicitation for drinking water and clean water SRF. And those entities are recognized on our priority ranking list as requesting funding for asset management plans. So we intend to use grants to provide funding assistance to publicly owned systems with the same conditions as outlined in our intended use plan in 2022, but instead of principal forgiveness for loans, we will be funding those asset management plan projects with grants. We are proposing that the utilities will be eligible to receive grants with 25 to 50% match requirements. That will be based on the entity's ability to pay index. And TDEC will provide this grant program for a minimum of 5 years. It won't need to go to infinity, right? Once entities get an asset management plan, it would be their responsibility to maintain that plan. Systems that requested AMP funding connected to a capital project, though, do remain on the PRL and will be encouraged to seek an SRF loan. The grant structure will be, the eligibility will be for any drinking water, wastewater, or stormwater utility that owns or operates a publicly owned system. The funding will be up to $375,000 per grant. Entities with an ATPI of 60 or more will have a 50% match, and entities with a 50 or less, which we consider disadvantaged, will have a 25% match. The total project cost for any asset management plan cannot be more than $500,000. We have 60 requests to date, and the total estimated cost is $10,623,610. We also have a partner funding with our American Rescue Plan grants. We have launched a $1 billion grant program for those water infrastructure entities and have required asset management plans as a component of that funding. To date, we have 39 wastewater, 76 drinking water, and 9 stormwater systems proposing asset management plan through the ARP, American Rescue Plan grants. That estimated cost is $21,058,982. So the total funding need for our entities is $31,682,592. We intend to, like I said, award those this year, and however, the grant period will the opportunity to apply for and receive an asset management plan grant will range from the summer of 2023 to 2028. The term for any of these grants will be a maximum of 2 years. Would anybody like any additional detail? We have tables that provide information on what the current drinking water fund balance is, the current clean water fund balance, and the amount of impact these AMP funding requests will have. For the clean water, the percent of the fund balance that the AMP grants relates to is about 3.36%. It will take about 8.25% from the drinking water fund balance. However, when we include our pending clean water capitalization grant for both the bipartisan infrastructure law component supplemental and our traditional, that will take the funding request to 2.62% of the clean water fund balance, and it'll reduce the drinking water fund balance request to about 4.36% of the total available dollars.
Okay, any questions of Ms. Jones or discussion of this, Commissioner?
I have one question, just when I read the summary that you have here on your conclusions, it says that those that request AMP funding connected to a capital project listed will be encouraged to seek an SRF loan.
Correct.
Will they also have any preferential treatment in any way because on the in the SRF process?
So an asset management plan, or in SRF terms, we sometimes call those fiscal sustainability plans, are all actually required. They're a required component of a clean water SRF loan. So that is an expectation. Noticing that we didn't have comprehensive AMPs across the state was, a struggle. It is also a federal requirement under the Safe Drinking Water Act for any drinking water system to have an asset management plan. So we're just kind of righting the ship.
So then if I follow what you're saying, then if they go through this, if they use the funds and develop an asset management plan, it's actually going to make them more eligible for more of this opportunities for funding?
It will help them prioritize their list of critical infrastructure needs so they can easily identify which elements should be proposed for replacement or repair.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion regarding the, all right, seeing none, we thank you for that item. It's noted and acknowledged by the board. I think
Thank
any
you.
official action is necessary at this point. All right, do you have any other business to come before the Tennessee Local Development Authority today? So no, we have motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Second.
We have a second. And call the roll, the motion to adjourn.
Mayor Brown,
Aye.
Lillard,
Aye.
Ms. Thompson. Aye. Mr. Mustank.
That concludes our meeting, and thank you for your service today. Mayor Brand, thank you for being with us today.